And you're live.
Hey, we're live. That's what at least Amy tells me. Welcome to Saturday. Welcome to Side Dish. It's me, Doug. Let's get into this. So we were talking about like what to do, and Amy's mom sent me a bunch of casserole rice dishes. So this is going to be Doug versus Rice, part 3, and I think we're going to be able to be fine because it's not pilaf. And since I'm 0 for 2 on pilaf, I think we'll stick to this. So it's a spinach and artichoke rice casserole, and we're pairing it with a roast chicken. But you can probably pair it with anything. It's going to be pretty good. It's based sort of on the spinach and artichoke dip. I would imagine it's not as many flavors in it, but it's still going to be good. It's got 4 cheeses. It's got mozzarella. It's got ricotta. It's got Parmesan, and it's got what else? Cream cheese. That's it. And then it's milk and that. So this is actually from a website. Where is it? Plainchicken.com. So I've modified it a little bit. So because the recipe calls to make for 10 people. That's a lot. Unless you're feeding, a lot of people, or you can freeze it and you can freeze it in batches and then pull it out. So it's a rainy day dish.
I've made a couple recipes from them before, and yeah, I think they always serve quite a few. So they're like for big families, or if you want to have a lot of leftovers for lunches.
Yes. So we need to get into some stuff because everything's gonna come together. So I'm gonna make the rice in the Instant Pot. So what I got in here right now is I have just 2 cups of jasmine rice. I have washed this until it runs clear. The first batch for the swap out, I didn't do that. And I noticed when I do it, the rice isn't as sticky coming out of it because the starch has moved off of it. So, and the recipe for making it in your Instant Pot, super easy. 1 and 1, 2 cups rice, 2 cups water. And then I like to put 2 tablespoons of butter in there too, just for a little bit of oil to help kind of keep it going.
I have a question.
Yes, Amy.
Well, when I make instant rice, I use chicken broth or vegetable stock instead of water. Can you do the same in this?
Yes, I have noticed. So like yesterday when we made, was it yesterday? Yeah, no, the day before. We had like a bagged orange chicken that we got, and I made rice. I didn't because I wanted the rice. I didn't want it to be like chicken broth flavored, which is subtle anyways, but I just wanted the rice to be that. So I'm giving this a stir because again, I don't want it to stick.
I have another question.
Yes.
I lost you when you said if you do rinse it, it's less sticky, or if you don't rinse it.
If you don't rinse it, it's going to be, no, I'm sorry. If you do rinse it, it's less sticky.
Okay.
Because you're basically washing the starch off.
Okay.
Same thing, starch. It's not 100%, but okay. So then the other thing is, like I said, 2 tablespoons of butter, and I'm just going to throw it in. And this is it's super simple.
So you're doing like 1 to 1 to 1.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
2 cups, 2 tablespoons, or 2 tablespoons.
Yeah.
Okay. Throw that in there. Throw that in there, and then this is, Instant Pot, super easy. I will never make rice another way. It's so simple. It's perfect, seriously, every single time. So you've got an Instant Pot or another electric pressure cooker type of thing. Manual, 5 minutes. It's going to come up while we do the rest of this.
And that jasmine rice smells so good.
So, okay, so the big bowl is going to be for mixing. Oh, that's the finger. And then I've already shredded more mozzarella cheese than we need, but it does take a cup and a half of it. I thought it said a pound and a half when I was like looking at the recipe, and so I may have shredded for a pound and a half, and that's not correct. So I have enough for that.
For rapture.
Yeah. So it does. Here's some artichoke hearts. These are just marinated ones. If you got plain ones, use those. They have a little bit more flavor to me. And then I took some frozen spinach. I thawed it. I wring as much of the water out of it as possible. And a pro tip, it asks for 10 to 12 ounces of, I think it's 10 to 12 ounces. Yeah, of a package. You're only going to get about half of that out of it because it's frozen. It's full of water. When you get it out, it's going to be 5 ounces.
So the discussion was,
I'm sorry, you only need
it's
5
the
ounces.
package weight, not the final weight.
Right.
So don't, I mean, I guess you could. What spinach isn't going to kill you.
No, I mean, if you wanted to put if you doubled it up, probably wouldn't kill you. Probably, again, I have this recipe from what it is because I don't need 10 servings of this. I mean, it's only
I don't know. Maybe it'll be so delicious. Well, we're going to get it anyways because we have.
Yeah. So I did a Parmesan cheese, and I'm doing a.
What side?
I'm doing a small side. I like the small side. This needs. Hold on. It is 3/4 of a cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. We are going to use a cup or a half cup of that to mix in to the mixture of the rice and all that, and then mix the other 1/4 cup in with the remaining mozzarella when we get to that point. I think that should be enough, but when in Rome, we'll use it. How's everybody doing? We had an inauguration this week, so that's probably some positive for a lot of you out there. If it's not a positive for you, what are we doing? I did have a friend of mine today post on Twitter that he lives in Anchorage, and somebody has a license plate that is a 3 and Reich, like they're Reich.
Whoa!
How did that make it past the Alaskan DMV?
Serious?
I mean, it's literally like it's crazy.
Gross.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's crazy.
Who does that?
A Nazi. I mean, Nazis.
It's probably some dumb kid.
Alaskan.
That's what I hope for.
That's
just gross.
It's too deliberate. So, and I don't know if you know anything about me. I don't like Nazis. Alaskan Nazis, Illinois Nazis, none of them. So, all right. So here's another thing: ricotta cheese. This is 6 ounce, or hold on, 6 ounces. This was a 12-ounce container. I split it. This is 6 ounces. It calls for 7.5 that we need. So if you don't have ricotta cheese, you can just use cottage cheese. Use small curd. You're going to get the very similar consistency. The taste is going to be very similar. It is going to be slightly different, but it's not too bad. So I'm going to add.
That's a lasagna trick.
It is a lasagna trick. So I'm just going to weigh out another quick, 1.5 ounces. They probably don't need to weigh it, but let's just be precise today.
Precise-ish.
Ish. I mean, I'm going to be as precise as this scale is precise. Ooh. Jackie, you can't come out. You've got your bone. I don't know what you're getting all bent out of shape for. Okay. So that's good there. And then we need 4 ounces of cream cheese. So let's get that going too. And then I'm going to chop stuff up. This is going to take it's coming up to temperature. It's going to take 5 minutes, which goes by pretty quickly. And then it has to rest for like 5 or 10 minutes. And then we'll go from there. So no, thank you, Jack. It's always a zoo around this place, right? If you know anything about our house. But I think Jack's mad because Gus gets to be out tonight and he has to be locked up in his kennel while he eats his bone. So
Don't you let him out. No,
Sure.
Jack just got a treat and he's eating it so fast that now he wants to be out. That is, I mean, look, I'm sure that this is fascinating for you.
Oh, I should have zoomed in.
Yeah, you probably should have.
Okay, now I did.
Okay. So these, we've got our cheeses. We need to chop these things up. If you wanted to, you could probably, if you wanted this to be finer pieces, you could chop this up too. I mean, it's already chopped. So if you wanted it finer, you could chop it up. I don't really care. Do you care?
I do not care.
Okay, nobody cares. So the only other thing here is I need to get what is it? Hold on, I can read. 7 ounces. This is a 14-ounce can. Again, it'd be perfect if you were making a full batch or whatever. So you know. But let's just measure these. Since we're not using the whole thing, I'm going to keep the liquid. Before the other jar I had, which I had to get this one for, I just dumped all the liquid out. But I'm sure there's probably a safer way to do this.
I think you could probably move the jar closer too.
Probably. I mean, this is all kinds of fun stuff. So this we are going to chop up pretty fine because these are huge chunks. I don't want that in there. So that's good. Oh, hey, Gus. He's over there.
Gus is in the house.
He's so large these days. Large and in charge.
Large and in charge. He looks like Bambi on ice. Legs are too long.
Yep. Elbow, all knees and elbows.
Yeah. Walks like John Wayne.
That's true.
Walks like what's his bucket's impression of John Wayne in the birdcage?
Oh, Robin Williams.
No.
Oh, Nathan Lane.
Yeah, Nathan Lane.
All right, that's 7 1/4. It's close enough. All right, keep that. It's vegetables. It's good for you. Eat it. So I'm just gonna do all that work to put it in there and dump it out, and then I'm gonna put it back in here. So don't worry. I'm not gonna do
This is a heavy dish.
Yeah, because you want to have. I think because you want to have everything measured, and you want. Sorry, there's a little bird here that I need to. But it's good. Catch my finger. That sound was the Instant Pot hitting pressure pretty much. So now it'll click on in 5 minutes. We'll have it. That's the thing with recipes. It's 5 minutes of actual cooking time, and then you've got 5 minutes of lead up. You've got 5 minutes, 10 minutes of downtime.
I was quite disgusted with that when we first got the Instant Pot because it's not 5 minutes. It's the lead up and the takedown and all of that. So you have to. Some recipes now are better about accounting for all that and like it's not being dishonest, but putting that in the recipe, and some still aren't. So make sure that.
Yeah.
That you know
it takes
how long it's really going to take.
Yeah, and you got to know your equipment. If you know that your Instant Pot is going to take a little bit longer to come up to 10 or whatever it is, or if it's not an Instant Pot, because a lot of them are using recipes like for Instant Pot, right, or whatever, and they're using it by name, but they're all the same. I mean, so the buttons might not be the same, but the buttons from Instant Pot to Instant Pot aren't the same. I've done that thing where I've said Instant Pot enough times that it sounds weird.
It sounds weird to me too. Stop saying it.
It's weird. What was I watching that it was some movie I was watching or a show that happened too. Anyways, let's see. I had a short week this week.
It was on Ted Lasso.
Oh, that's right. I was on. Oh, if you guys haven't watched,
Such
Ted
a great
Lasso,
show.
Go and watch it right now.
What's the solution though for people that don't have Apple TV?
You can buy it, I think, through the Apple iStore or whatever.
Oh, okay.
If not, I mean, you can. If you've got
find a way.
If you got Doug Netflix, you can watch it on there.
It's so good.
But I will go out on a limb and say it's the best show from 2020. It's delightful.
I don't think that's going out on a limb. I think that's just honest.
One of the best things ever.
Well, except that I didn't watch Afterlife this season, and it was so good the first season.
Yeah, but then I mean, really, it's just got a great message. It's about positivity. It's about all these different things that get thrown at you, and it's it's great. Go watch it.
It is great.
That is Doug and Amy approved. So it'll make your day.
So that's quite fine. That's like 1/4 inch fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They want it to be fine as can be because you want it distributed quite nicely through your mixture. I got a roast chicken going on. Pretty nice. It smells starting to smell good. Wow, Guster, you better get it together. I call him Guster because from Psych, Gus That's what they call it. His last name is Guster, but they call him Gus, and so I'm going the opposite way for you psych fans out there. You got it. Okay, so
What is his first name?
Burton.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Burton
Guster.
Guster. I don't know why I just didn't put this in here.
I don't know why you didn't either, because you're getting it a
You know
lot.
what? We got a little bit of time. Let's just give this a little chop while we're doing it, and then we can have a conversation. What was your favorite thing from TV last year, or what are you watching right now that's like super great that we should be watching? I started watching WandaVision. If you're a Marvel fan, on Disney Plus, it's quite good as well. It's got a little mystery. It's like playing like sitcoms through the ages. Piper, get out of the kitchen, please. Jeez, this dog's wild today. But it's good. It's really good. Well acted. You're kind of like trying to figure out what's going on. Anyways, what about you guys? You guys watching anything fun?
Nobody's talking to us on the chat.
Is there anybody in the chat today?
No,
0 people?
0 people. It's just me chatting to myself.
Is that for sure? There's nobody. We have nobody. Are we online?
We do have people watching,
Oh.
just nobody is chatting with
What are you chatty Cathy's doing out there? Come on.
They're not chatting today.
Anyways, all right, fine. I'm talking to myself.
Well, I'm here.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Jeez,
that's what I meant.
that's rude.
You know what I meant. It's kind of
Apparently, people are busy.
a two-way street here. I don't know what's happening. Amy and I talk all the time. And I thought you guys came to see me, and talk to Amy. But apparently, too busy now. Everybody's getting the vaccine. Oh, I got the vaccine this week too.
Oh, that's
At
true.
least one
One
dose of it.
round.
Went to the doc. I mean, it's been a busy week, folks. I broke a tooth eating a jelly bean. I then went to the doc. I got my vaccine. Then I went to the doctor to get all up to date with that because we had to establish with a new doctor. And went to the dentist where I was applauded for my flossing skills by the hygienist. So, see, 5 minutes. Now we just have to let that come down a little bit. If it doesn't get to where we want it to, we're gonna, and we'll have a little steam.
That always
bath.
makes me nervous.
The steam bath?
Yeah.
What we can do is actually mix the cheeses while we wait for that to happen. So we want to mix everything. So we're going to take the ricotta mixture, and we're mixing that in here. And we're gonna smooth this out a little bit. We're gonna do it with some milk. So that's why we have milk. What else do I put in here? Okay. But see,
What was that? Cream cheese?
4 ounces of cream cheese. Cream cheese, milk. Oh, the garlic. Okay. So, quarter teaspoon of garlic powder. Yeah. And then, that was loud. Louder than I expected. So then we've got this is still a quarter, but I'm going to fill it halfway up because I need 8 of this. You can probably just go to a quarter if you really like it, but I don't. Not tonight. Okay, so then that's it, and then I need 6 ounces of milk because again I gotta weigh everything. You know.
I was wondering now you're going to do that.
That's not even an ounce. I've underestimated the amount. That was
Well, now you have no idea because you didn't weigh that first. Science, man.
whatever. You know what? I know what's happening. Nope.
That's how discoveries are made.
Damn it.
You need 3/4 of a cup.
No, I mean actually 6 ounces.
3/4 of a cup.
No, I need 3. Okay, hold on. I need 3/4 of a cup of milk cut in half, which is 0.75, and then half of that is 3.75.
I thought you said you needed 6 ounces of milk.
No, I need 3 ounces of milk.
Oh,
Is what I need.
because you're having it.
Yeah, but that's still only 7/8. So remember, liquid weighs a lot. That's why I weigh so much, because I'm 70, 80% water.
It's true.
Right on the dot, peeps. All right. Have that right in there. Make sure I get, look at that yummy one. I almost lost there. Get all that milk. All right. And then I just take a whisk, the French whisk. And then we're just going to beat this till it's smooth. Beat it. Yeah, I don't know. Casseroles are an interesting thing. You know, I'm sure you know this already, but you know, in the Midwest they call them hot dishes. So that's just a little fun for you if you live in the Midwest right now.
You kind of used to be anti-casserole. I think you still are pretty anti-casserole.
I'm not anti-casserole. I'm anti-casserole that most people make because they don't season anything along the way. Speaking of which, I haven't seasoned anything because it only calls for garlic powder and onion powder. And the cheese, the mozzarella cheese, is salty. So we're not actually going to salt anything. That's why you taste everything before you do it. Because it's not, you would end up salting this and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, it's too salty for words. So, I mean, I'm not going 100% smooth, but I do want to break down the cream cheese so it's not big clumps. But what do we got on top like that? 4 minutes? Perfect.
Does it count up or down?
It's counting up.
So it's been going for 4 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I said. Didn't I? Or was that not clear?
You did say that, but generally when we look at a timer, we think, oh, that means 4 minutes left.
I think it's because it's
This
on
one
warm.
counts up.
It's on warm. It's just telling you how long it's been on warm. So you know. Okay. Because it's already done the 5-minute count. So it counts down and then goes up.
I don't know if that's true.
I didn't think that. It is true.
It doesn't sound true.
It is true though.
But it is.
But it is.
Denise confirms it is true.
Okay. So
Oh, that's good and emulsified now.
it's real nice. It's going to be a real mixed together real nice. So while we're waiting for that, we're going to add in the spinach.
Sick.
And we'll add in the artichoke hearts. Boop. Because I think like this is a good, you get that all mixed up in there. It's gonna
Yeah.
be real distributed. I am going to get a little bit of this oil in here because it's flavored. So, you know, maybe. That's the other thing. I use marinated artichoke hearts. They also have some flavoring.
Does it call for just the ones in water?
It doesn't say. It literally just says 1 can of artichoke hearts.
Oh,
It doesn't say marinated or not, but I'm assuming they probably mean just the ones in water. So Gus, as you can hear, oh, there he is. He has taken to Denise has told us. She's here, but she could probably tell you herself. But if he doesn't get any attention, he starts to bark. And so he's really in his terrible twos right now.
he isn't in his terrible twos. He's still so very sweet, but
Oh yeah.
he is
How
be
is that
sweeter.
look at that looks good. Oh, man.
Oh, you're kind of flicking us with stuff.
Oh, sorry. You're in the splash zone.
Apparently.
Okay.
Ooh, get that away from the counter or the cabinet. Okay. That's not good for your cabinet. It's not. Don't roll your eyes.
You wipe it off, it'll be fine. Here.
It's not good for it. That hot steam is not good for them.
Look at this dog.
Guster!
Look how big he is.
Huge puppy.
He's gotten so much bigger. Pretty
Look
soon,
at those legs.
Pretty soon, I won't be able to pick him up. Look at me, looking at all that food. Like, can I get some of that?
What you guys
I
making
want
up
some
here?
of that, dog, please. Can I have some of that?
Look at those ears. So cute.
Okay. That's gonna let us in. So I gotta wash my hands. After picking up a dog, always wash your hands when you're cooking. I don't know, probably many restaurants with dogs in them, but dogs. They're like
Dogs.
dogs. Oh yeah, I like dogs. Okay. This is gonna, I know, you're thinking to yourself, oh, you're gonna be done too early. What are we gonna do?
We shall dance.
Oh yeah, good.
We
It
shall
seems a little bit. Okay. Oh man, that is so good. I'm gonna get
It's gonna be hot.
these. And well, that is
Unplug that.
not the most important thing right now, but I will do it. All right, I am going to fluff this rice because I want it to. It is still pretty sticky, but once you mix it up a little bit, I got a little bit of stickage here, but it's gonna be fine. It's all gonna work out. I mean, it should at least. It's gonna be mixed up with deliciousness here. So the reason I'm adding this and then adding the cheeses is so that they have time to sort of melt together as well. Whoa, man! I don't need a co-host here.
Gus could smell the yummy roasted chicken flavors coming out of the vent in the oven, and he was licking the air.
That's true. All right, so I'm just taking this and it's going right in. Boink, all of it. No, this is like, look at that. I did it right the first time. Got hot rice on me. Hot rice. All right, so I got some stickage, which, it happens. While it's hot, use a stiff pusher.
Food pusher.
Or a spatula, if that's what you want. And get it in here. What have you guys made this week that's super good? Anything?
I told you, honey, nobody's tagging us on the chat.
Well, maybe they can't. Maybe there's something wrong with the chat.
Could be, because it does seem odd.
If you know us and you have our number and you can't chat, why don't you text me or something? I mean, we're almost done, so it's not really
Or Amy.
a big deal, but yeah. All right, so what do we got here? So now I'm going to take the cheese, at least, where's my, up here, one of those. That's a quarter and a half. This we're going to use at the end. And then we need a cup and a half here.
Gotcha.
No.
So the full recipe is 3 cups?
Yes, it is.
Okay, okay.
But I only need a cup of it now.
And a half cup for
A half cup to
garnish.
Yes. All right. And now, as they say in France, we mix, we.
I've never heard that,
I've never heard that either.
but I like
You
it.
just offended a bunch of French people.
I love French people.
It's true. I don't either.
People.
What are you going to cook? Oh, you already got your guy. Good job.
Okay, so
It
let's
does look good and it
let's-
smells good.
Let's talk about this thing. I think this is made for rice,
Yeah.
but I've never used it for that. It's really great for this because it does break stuff up and it's wide and
And it's got a short handle, so you have more.
control.
Yeah.
It's not all.
Jack, get out of the kitchen.
Oh man, that looks real yum. Okay, well, that is real good looking. So now it's all melting. So we're gonna put that here because I can. And then I'm just gonna take get it all messy. I'm just using some and for people who are like, oh, worried about Pam, I mean, it's canola oil, coconut oil, palm oil. I mean, it's nothing in there. People are weird about it,
They're weird about Pam?
Well, I've seen. Well, maybe it's because I watched. What was it? Oh, I watched Kitchen Nightmares with Gordon Ramsay that one time. The guy was spraying Pam on like steak before he flipped it, and he was like, "What the hell are you doing?" So, I mean, I guess.
What was the purpose of that?
So it wouldn't stick to the grill.
Oh.
Okay, so you can see how chewy or cheesy and delicious this is, and you're thinking, "Oh, that doesn't look like it's going to fit in there." This will fit perfectly. So, as I have,
You do have that other guy. Yeah.
I don't want to lose any of this. Oh my god, it's going to taste so good. And I have a swap out so you can see what it looks like, all golden and delicious.
We're not even pretending about that anymore. We're just, it's because I always blow the cover.
Yeah. The magic is over.
Yeah.
Magic is
The
over.
magic is
Come
over.
on. They know what to get from us here. So you can see that like that was super like gooey and delicious. Let's spread all that out.
Hey, turkey.
That dog.
Can't wait till his
Uh-oh.
bark is a little less shriek.
What are you hearing there?
Nothing related to this.
Oh, okay. Well, this is. Anyways. All right, so that's what we got. Spread it out. Make sure it's got. I like to do this move, so it's got some grooves. And also, we'll spread it out. But then you can, when you're gonna, we're gonna put cheese on top of this. And I'm gonna eyeball the mozzarella, but we're just gonna do this. See, look, just a handful. Mix it in there. Super, super scientific here on side dish. And then I'm just mixing it. And then you make sure you cover it. If it's not enough, you can always add more. But we have found if you just do it right, then it tastes better because of better balance.
Does this bake covered
No, I'm covered 40 to 45 minutes.
at
325.
325? That's low.
Well, it's all cooked.
That's true. So you're just melding everything together.
That's right. We're melting the cheese. We're browning, probably browning it up. I should have a hot gun here. It's sticky rice. Oh, yeah. Let's do this. So I don't burn the hell out of myself.
Oh, that doesn't look like it sucks.
Smells real good too. Now again, this is something, what do we make? It's like 40 minutes, 30 minutes. And as you can see, everything while we did the rice, we did everything else. So whatever you
And
do-
our main dish was cooking
yeah,
the whole time.
yeah, the whole time. Don't touch that, that's hot. So you got plenty of, so you got a little crunchy
Yeah,
cheese
that looks
bits on the top.
good.
You could probably let it go for a little longer, but it's not necessarily something that you need to do. But
Because, like you said, everything's cooked. It's just melting.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, that looks. Oh, look at that pizza string. Thanks to the mozzarella. How's it smell?
Yeah, it smells really good.
And it doesn't need any salt because of the.
The mozzarella cheese. When I ate mozzarella cheese today, when I was shredding it, I thought it was salty. Now, due to your own taste level, but
Yeah, it's good.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's spinach and artichoke. Those are the artichoke. Really,
It's like spinach artichoke dip
Yeah.
with rice.
it's really good. The artichoke really comes through, which is really it really brings a lot of flavor. The cheeses are good. I mean, it's simple. It's fast.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can. I think this is more reasonable than making a vat for 10 people. We didn't have to bake that one, but you could freeze it.
But you could easily add chicken or even canned chicken to that, and it would be a whole meal.
Yeah, if you wanted to go that route, but we don't do that here, so we'll give you the option. But anyways,
But you could.
I made a mess.
You really have.
That's sort of my MO around here. Nope, I almost picked that up. Put it on.
Do not do that.
Well, you can join us next week, as always. I don't know what we're going to make, probably till Saturday morning, maybe Friday night.
We have an idea.
What is
We
it?
won't say it, but
I don't know what it is.
we make the Mexican rice, corn on the cobs,
Oh, yeah.
and churros.
That's right. Yeah. So Tony, you don't want to miss that. Churros and elote, right?
I can't remember what it's called. That sounds right. You could be wrong.
It's gonna be great. It's sort of like baking and savory and sweet at the same time.
Yeah.
So you get a little bit of everything. That's it. We did it. Thanks for riding along. I'm sorry if there was technical issues in which you couldn't chat and you really wanted to. It seems weird that John or Ted didn't say anything this week. So I would imagine maybe something's going on, or maybe this was so boring you were like, I'm just going to do something else. So we love you. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a great week. Remember, hey, be kind, be loyal, and do something nice for somebody this week. Really makes a difference. We love you, and we'll see you next week.